ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ, ਮੈਂ ਅਮਨਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਪਿਰਾਮਿਡ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਦੇ ਫੇਸਬੁੱਕ ਲਾਈਵ ਦੇ ਮਾਧਿਅਮ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਫੇਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਰੂਬਰੂ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹਾਂ। Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all the viewers who are watching us live right now from their home and also from different parts of the globe. I'm pretty confident and hopeful that you all are taking all the precautions that are related to COVID-19 and are safe with your families. Continuing the trend which Pyramid Services has started this month to bring on board our prominent university and college partners from Canada and across the globe to talk about the current scenario of international education, to talk about the approach a student should carry to study in their aspiring countries and aspiring college. To continue that trend, I am really honored and happy to welcome one other prominent partner of Pyramid Services, Mr. Rohan, who is South Asia head for Georgian College. He looks after all the processes related to recruitments and communication about Georgian College. Rohanji, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you are keeping well and safe right now.
Thank you very much, Aman, and thank you, the Pyramid family, for arranging the session. I keep getting a lot of emails regarding the updates, and I keep getting a lot of queries from your team looking for the updates. So I think it's a great opportunity, and I hope everything is great at your end and everyone at the Pyramid family.
Yeah. So far things are going good, and you're absolutely right. We always get that communication from your end, and we try to ensure that goes across to the students also. But the objective today, like we have discussed earlier, also that the viewers who are watching us right now, the parents, the students who are watching us right now, to provide them information because right now there is quite a lot of panic the way it was last year around the same time. What should they do? May 15th deadlines, travel restrictions to Canada, then having the medicals not being done right now. The student is a bit confused and worried that should he go for his application right now. We are communicating from our end, but coming it from your end also is going to help us a lot. To just to start off, how are things right now in Canada? How Canada is coping up with the situation of COVID-19, and what is their approach towards the international students, specifically from India at the moment?
So I think it's also a very, very important question nowadays. Like you mentioned, 15, that's the deadline. We'll talk about that also. And looking at Canada, you know that there was a travel ban which has been extended till 22nd of June. But then it doesn't say that you cannot travel to Canada. It just says that you cannot travel directly from India or Pakistan. So I've seen students coming from Dubai, Ethiopia. So they take a connecting flight, they take a halt at Dubai, they quarantine, they carry their negative report, and then they fly to Canada.
Right.
And Canada, Canada is a student-centric country, right? So they are very welcoming. They really value the international students that are coming. So the student has to go through the quarantine, right? So it's a mandatory quarantine by the government and the college. And the college is also supporting all the students by coming on the ground for the first, one-to-one interaction with the students. So we do our Instagram live session every week so that students are informed about the changes, about the quarantine packages, about the facility, or how the quarantine will work. Even, we have one-to-one session wherein we are explaining the student how important is the quarantine when you land in Canada, right? So because we really see that the students are still coming, and because it depends on whether the student program is in person or remote, right? So if the program was in person, student has already reached Canada and they will be starting with their program. But if the student program is remote, it's good for them that they can plan their travel anytime, when they are comfortable or when they feel more confident traveling to Canada. But looking at the condition of Canada, there were a lot of parents that keep asking me, Rohan, that should we ask our kid to stay in India, complete the semester, and then go to Canada, or do you want, he can go? I said, it is all up to your wish, because it is all up to the student and the parents and their decision. But yes, a lot of parents tell me that they think that the student will be more safe in Canada due to less population and social distancing, people following the rule. And that is why the COVID cases are very less. And Canada is really planning everyone to get vaccinated. So if you see, they have already planned that by August, September, all the citizens of Canada will be vaccinated. Even if you are a student, you can see the authorized medicine and the vaccination which you can take for Canada. And it's easy to take the appointment. They are very supportive. They are also very cautious about the COVID restriction. They're making sure all the policies and rules are being followed. So students feel much safe because people are following the rule. You can see in India also, specifically right now I'm in Delhi, it was on the peak. And now you could see there is hardly 2,000 cases. It just because not of the lockdown, because of the lockdown, we are able to maintain the social distancing. We are not going out, which everyone is maintaining in Canada. So it's all up to the student. Even if they go to Canada, if the program is remote, they will still be studying online, right? But if the program is in person, they can go to the campus and follow the COVID, rules and restriction and do the program.
Perfect, perfect. You specified about the approach from Canada and Canadian government and the educational institutions in Canada. Like Georgian College is based out in Ontario, and if I talk about the whole country, Ontario holds a great value in the heart of an Indian student. So, how are things looking at from the standpoint of province? Because while hearing you out, this is a point which came to my mind that there was I would say, rumor or a communication going around that Ontario is going a little separate way. They are getting a little, strict towards this international students. So if you can share your viewpoint on that also, that would be great.
Yeah, so being a community college, so we are one of the oldest college in Ontario and one of the biggest, the number one co-op college. So yes, we work very closely with the government. So that's how the quarantine packages are given by the Georgian, which is powered by Maple Assist. So we are the people who have taken the responsibility of the student to guide them, to help them with the quarantine packages, for making sure about their arrivals and going to their quarantine place and going to the college. And we have our specific team which is handling the quarantine and the arrival services. So the student have a point of contact, student sign the commitment letter form with us, they get the support letter from us. So we make sure that student is fully aware that if they come to Canada, what all they need to follow and on which day they have to go for the test. So all these counseling sessions keep happening. As already shared, that we do our Instagram live daily, so that students are more aware. And because every update, there could be a new update next week, right? So we make sure that we are updating it and updating it to all of our students. And if you look at Ontario, so every province works differently, but specifically Ontario varies. So we are at the part of Simcoe County. So if you even look last year, the Simcoe County itself came to help the students. So they were able to raise funds and we were able to give bursaries to the student. So the best part is that that students are able to get a lot of benefits when they are coming, following the quarantine, and the college itself is supporting the student for all the services.
Right. That's really great. And yes, we have also sent across quite a few students lately during the COVID time to Georgian College, and all the support that you have mentioned is being provided. And the best part is the timely communication from the college is really helpful. That student is well versed with what he needs to do at what time while traveling or while reaching out to Canada at Georgian College. So if I talk about the current scenario from the standpoint of India, like I said, that the travel restrictions, which you have already touched based, how students are working out through the third country travel, or if I talk about the medical restrictions that the students are unable to get their medical done, that has impacted a student thinking that, okay, I should not apply right now. I should wait probably for January or for May 2020. What is your thought? What does your experience say about this whole scenario? And do you see things changing anytime soon?
So I think, yes, it's a very important question, specifically not just for the agents and the parents and the student, but you as an agent plays a very big role here. Because guiding the student, so this 15, was the deadline, but the deadline doesn't say that you cannot apply after 15. It means that if you applied within 15, you will get your result by 6th of August. Otherwise, you can apply later. But yes, student can plan. So there are two types of programs. So most of the colleges are offering the remote program and hybrid program. So you can go to the college website. For example, Georgian is already updated on the September intake that we will be running it remotely. And the courses are already mentioned that whether your first semester is remote or in person. So if your program is in person and you don't want to take a risk, you can go for the January intake. Also, if you're a student of 12th class who have applied on the basis of predicted score, or you are a university graduate whose provisional is pending and you think you won't be able to file the visa by the July end, then again, I would recommend that you can go for the January. Otherwise, there is no problem, because for doing any of the online program, you just need the visa submission proof. You do not require a visa to start any of the program remotely. So it's all about the student, that they should be aware that whether their program will be delivered in person or remote. And then, as you know, the Pyramid are also one of our trusted partners. So your visa team, everyone is very well equipped with the information that they can just make sure that the student is able to file the visa before beginning the program, because we will just require the visa submission proof to begin with the online classes. And we would always recommend the student to apply under the SDS category, because the success rate of the visa is at the higher side. So student is more confident when they join the online classes.
Right.
And then
Absolutely.
you were talking about the closed, VFS and then the Ielts. So just looking at the pandemic, we have started taking the Duolingo test, though you will be required to take the Ielts before you file the visa. So you can plan your Ielts later, and you can take the unconditional offer letter on the basis of Duolingo with Georgian.
Yeah, that's great, and that was which I was coming to next as my query. But like you just mentioned about the 15th May deadline confusion, also we also came across a lot of students who said that if I apply after 15th May, I won't get visa. So we also say the same thing to student. That's not going to happen. That's not a situation. What the government has said, that if you apply before 15th, we are going to make sure that you get your visa before August 6th. But if you apply after 15th of May, you will still get your visa, but the deadline is going to extend. The timeline might extend, but you can also get it before August 6th. So there is no worry. If you still want to apply, you can. And also, to all the viewers who are watching us, like Rohanji said, we are one of the partners, trusted partners of Georgian College. You can still apply, and you can apply for the intake for which and for the program for which you are eligible. We will help you out with your offer letter. We'll help you out with your tuition deposit, and then we'll help you out to prepare your file as well. Once the medical facilities are open, we can add the document, but till then, don't wait. As an agency, also we recommend, don't wait. Get your documents ready and apply. That way, you will come in the queue. But if you keep on waiting, your visa results are going to delay much more than those who have already started the process. So it's very important that you start the process, and we are there to support you as an agency during the every steps. So Rohanji, you have mentioned about September intake. You have mentioned about January intake. So you have also touched, how September is going to be, that it's going to be online mode. So as a student, should I apply for September? Do I have programs available for September? And if not, can I go for January? Is January intake open?
Yes, so you will see, because I'm sure all the student who is watching this, if you want to know the live update about the real-time update about your program, the best way is to connect with the Pyramid team, because they can see on the portal whether the program that you're willing to apply is open or closed. But yes, as I already told, that if you are a student who is applying on the basis of predicted score, you might look at January. But the student who are not applying on the basis of predicted score or incomplete document can look for the September intake. And also, a lot of programs are still open. We have opened our January as well as May intake on the portal, because some programs are not available in January, and students are very reluctant that they only want to apply for those specific programs. And as already shared, that you should plan your Ielts so that you can apply for the visa before the deadline. And right now, you can take a Duolingo test sitting at home and take an unconditional offer letter. So that will be two categories of students that they can still aim at September intake. And we are trying to process the September offer letter a little faster than the January and the May one, so that you have a lot of time. So whenever you're applying, you should have your document in place. You should have planned your Ielts. You should have planned your Duolingo test or have taken the Duolingo test. And the most important factor, you should have already have a minimum budget of 2,500 deposit that you need to pay to confirm the offer. And by the time you can apply for the educational. So the more planning is done, it doesn't matter which intake you are planning for. If your planning is fine and your documentation will be recommended by pyramid team after the evaluation, and they can also recommend you better than whether you fit right for January, May, or for September.
Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing your inputs on this. And a very valuable point that you mentioned is that if you are applying with a predictive score, you can go for January intake. That will give you ample time to get your final documents as well, and then get a confirmed offer letter for January intake. Then it's great to know that May intake is also available right now. But to the viewers, as Mr. Rohan said, that planning is very important, and we are always there to help you out. We can help you out to understand what intake you should preferably go for, looking at your documents. And also, like Rohanji has repetitively said that the Ielts exams are not being conducted right now in major parts of the country. So Duolingo is also an option with which you can apply for a conditional offer letter if you don't have your Ielts score with you. So, Rohanji, just to get back to the whole situation and how college is handling things, you have talked about the COVID-19 quarantine plan and how the college is working, being one of the oldest college with the government of Ontario and Canada. So, what approach, if you can just share a bit more on this, what approach is carried out by the college? Because in these times, as a student, the student is really looking at the factors, from the standpoint of deferral policies, refund policies, conditional offer letter support, quarantine plans, how the college is supporting them, what approach is college carrying out to support them. So if you can talk a bit more about that, that would be really great.
Yeah, so I'll start with the conditional offer letter. So we do understand that students are not getting date for IELTS. So you can apply without IELTS, without Duolingo, without IELTS indicator. So you can apply as a conditional student, but very important that you should take a mock test so that you are very confident, because even if you get an offer letter, you will have a deadline to pay the deposit. So if you're confident about your English language test, you can apply for a conditional. And then looking at your previous performance, specifically for the graduate student, you already know that what kind of result will be there in the last semester. You can plan and then you can apply. So I don't see any challenges that we will be issuing the conditional offer letter. And then you will have your 3 weeks deadline to pay the deposit. And then secondly, you asked about the quarantine, which I already mentioned that we have a specific team which is running the quarantine. We have a specific email ID, quarantine support, who handle the student from the time they get the visa and they plan their travel, starting from their commitment letter to their support letter, to giving them the information on what will happen on what day and how they will gonna get monitored. And even there is a mental support that we counsel the student so that they should not feel that they have come to a second country, but they should feel like they have come to their second home, which is Georgian, right? And third thing you asked, the deferrals.
Yeah. Deferral.
So one-time deferral, as if now it's free of charge, so you can defer to the next intake. So because there are some students who are not able to file the visa due to the COVID reason, or there could be any other reason. So first semester deferment have no charges, and there could be a possibility like few program but there was a travel ban, right? And it was not known to anyone, and then there was student with the in-person who already had visa, like our the hospitality program or biotech program or nursing program. So those are some exceptions that we make for the deferral policy. Otherwise, they can defer it for the next intake, next available intake for the first time, absolutely free. And in case of visa refusal, they get 100% refund within the deadline. And in case of any program cancellation from the college, and also it's a full refund. But as we are very strict with our SDS requirements, so our visa success itself is 98-99%. So very rare the students are getting any difficulties in getting visa. Specifically with partners like you who are very well versed with the visa and who have such an expert visa team, we are also very confident that the student applying under SDS are very positive when they apply and they join our online program, the remote program for the first semester.
Right. Thank you so much for showing that trust in us, and absolutely we are going to make sure that the student who applies through Pyramid e-services is well versed with the concept of SDS in itself as well, that how they should be carry forwarding their approach while applying, and what are the things they need to take care of. Rohanji, you spoke about the conditional offer aspect when it comes to the language proficiency. These days, the examinations are also on hold or probably postponed, or the results are expected to be late. So, can a student expect conditional offer letter based predictive score as well? Though you have touched about
yeah. So the most of the student, because we recently got an update for the 12th class that might happen in July and August. So it will also depend, right? So that's why I said the most important part right now is planning. And it is very, very good because the partners like you are already very well aware and has a very good experience in handling and guiding the student, because this is our second year of recruitment at the COVID time. So we are also very well planned, very well, updated that what kind of approach that we need to support the student, to support the citizen of Barry and Simcoe community, so that why the program is remote, because our campus size itself is 100 acre, so maintaining a social distance is easy. But we are also very worried that we have to make sure that the students are also very healthy and they are also safe. So the motive behind the remote program is for their safety and their security. So if you see that Ontario government has already announced that they might open the schools by July. So it could be a possibility the college will reopen depending on to the live update on the COVID. So it just that we are planning everything according to the change in the government policy and the rules.
Perfect. Thank you so much for giving your insights about all the activities that being done by Georgian College, or if talk about the Canadian government, which we keep on hearing on the IRCC website as well, watching on digital channels and the news channels. My last question is a bit tricky one. Georgian College needs no introduction. A lot of students are studying over there from India. Pyramid Services has recruited a lot of students over the years, but there must be quite a few new viewers who are watching us for the first time. So if you can just talk in brief about the college, where is it located, certain USPs, and then what is the admissibility criteria for the college, fee structure, and co-ops, which is the one of the biggest attribute the college holds, and also the kind of programs the college has. I know it is topic of discussion, but if you can share it in a few minutes, that would be great.
Yeah. So as you're aware, the Georgian College is the #1 co-op college of Ontario. So why we stand #1 in not just co-op, but even at our placement, because we have around 90% placement over a decade. So when I mean placement, that means student is able to find the job in the similar field for which they have graduated.
Right.
Okay. And the most important, as you said, the location factor. We are very, very close to Toronto Airport. We are 40 minutes drive from Toronto Airport. We are located at Barrie, which is very well connected to the Greater Toronto area. So the best part is that we are more economical, but we are very well connected to the main city, the airport, not just by the road, but also by the bus and the train.
Right.
It is also one of the fastest growing cities. A lot of employment opportunity, very beautiful downtown. So Canada is known for the downtown. So you will find all kind of cuisine, diners, clubs, restaurants, Indian food outlets. Luckily, they both are owned by the student who have passed out from the hospitality program of Georgian. So, and then when you look at the college that we are the #1 co-op, why we are #1? Because we have 6,200 employer partners. Because I'm sure specifically looking at the Indian market, the most important factor for a student is the employment. That what will happen once I'm done with this program. And as you know that most of our programs are co-op programs, especially at our diploma and advanced diploma side, wherein the student is exposed to a practical exposure. That means students have a job opportunity and 99% of the co-op are paid in Georgian. Student is able to earn somewhere around $6,000 to $8,000 only at the co-op term. So mostly when students hear that, they think we are talking about that they are able to earn a lot of money. But the main motive of Georgian is to make sure that they have a exposure of the Canadian work culture. They know how to work in team. They know how to lead a project. So what we look at Georgian is to make you more employable, to give you the skill set, which will make you more employable so that we are able to maintain our 90% of the employment rate. And then, as you are aware that we are one of the biggest campus also, the 100 acre is the campus size of Barrie, wherein we run our most of business, engineering, health sciences program. But then the second campus, which is closest to Barrie, is our Aurelia campus, where we run our human services program like early childhood, social service worker, development service worker, child and youth care, therapeutic recreation. It's a very small, cozy campus, just 40 minutes drive from Berry, where we only run our human services program. Then the next closest campus is Orangeville campus, which is again very close to Berry, 40 minutes drive, wherein we run our the power engineering technology. The campus is also very famous for the marine courses that you can check on our website. And then the nearest campus to the Greater Toronto area is Orangeville, wherein we run our nursing, the postgraduate program, and the personal support worker. Then there is one more campus, which is South Georgian Bay, wherein we accept international students for our computer and hospitality program. Then I'm sure you are aware that we have already opened our new campus in Toronto, which is Georgian Ielts, wherein we run our management program. So if you have a relative which is near to Toronto, and if you want Toronto as a location, you can always apply to Georgian Ielts. And then looking at the field, we start with business. We have mostly all the program, diploma, advanced diploma, and postgraduate program. All the diploma and advanced diploma are core program, wherein the graduate certificate, some of the famous programs are global business management, HR, and then even management. Then if you talk about engineering, we have starting from civil, architecture, electrical, mechatronics, mechanical precision, heating, refrigeration, power engineering technology. So all these fields are available. So you name the engineering. And one of very most important point, and especially for parents, is to see the lab facility which college is offering specifically at the practical based program. It's very important for the student also to go to the college website, take a virtual tour of the campus, see the college faculty, see the college facility. Just like Georgian, so we are very proud to say that all our faculty come with the industry experience, so that they know what is the skill set which will make the student more employable. All the programs are practical based programs, so they are more exposed towards the soft skill, towards the personality, so that they are able to get a job once they are graduated. Then looking at the health sciences courses, we I'm sure you can see on the portal, we are already full till January and May for our nursing programs. So nursing, biotechnology, health, opticianry, pharmacy are very famous program from us, fitness and health promotion, office admin, health services. And then hospitality side, we are also are one of the colleges which have 100% placement in hospitality and tourism. So you can check the programs there. And looking at the postgraduate, you have a very good variety of programs starting. So if you are a lawyer, you can apply for paralegal. If you are from food tech background, you can apply for food and nutrition. If you are a technical student or BSc or a BTech graduate looking for a management program, you can go for project management. If you're a BCom student, you can go for global business management. Same way, if you are a psychology student, you can go for addiction and prevention. If you are a physiotherapist, you can go for therapeutic recreation. So there's a huge variety of program that student can apply. But the most important thing for all the student looking at this session, make sure that you're going to the college website, you're checking the program curriculum. I think this is the most important thing that the student should need to do. First is to check the program curriculum, whether the curriculum is something that you really want to study. Second, check the faculty profile that will be teaching you. Third, please check the lab facility of the college, because these are the three things that you will be using. It might be a possibility like my campus size is 100 acre. And you will be using the library. So you should take a look at the library. You might be using the sports club. You might be playing rugby. You might be checking what kind of restaurants they have. You should check every facility, but most important is your program curriculum, your faculty profile, and the lab facility, which will help you become a better individual. So there was a little bit about Georgian. I'm sure you can connect with Pyramid team. They are very well equipped with all the updated information, specifically with the program requirements. Because we are a little higher on the program requirement. Program requirements vary from program to program. But in generic, we require 6 in Ielts in each of the section for diploma and advanced diploma, 6.5 minimum 6 for our graduate certificate. And for all engineering program, we'll be focusing on maths. For nursing, we'll be focusing on maths. The overall, score we require is 80. And then for all the bio-related program, we check specifically bio marks. And one good point is that we do not require maths in class 12 if you want to apply for our hospitality or business program. So you can apply on the basis of your class 10. We require 60% in your class 10th maths if you want to apply for our business or hospitality program for the diploma. So these are a few points, and I'm sure to get a detailed one-to-one session, Pyramid team is always there to support all the students virtually and also one-to-one.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Rohanji, bringing so much of information in such brief and mentioning all the valuable points, and definitely to the viewers who are watching us. There's a lot to talk about. So if you want to know more about Georgian College, the programs, your admissibility for the college, and which program is fit for you, you can always connect Pyramid E-Services on the number that is shared below. Lately, the offices were closed because of the lockdown in Punjab, and Delhi is already on a lockdown mode still. So if you are around the regions where there's still lockdown, you can always connect with us on the number, and we'll help you out to connect with our experts, expert counselors. And if you are around the region where the offices are open, you can always visit our office, but please make sure you follow the COVID-19 guidelines set by the government, because we cannot have too much of a crowd. Typically, if I talk about our approach when we are visiting the offices, we have 4, 5, 6 people with us. So it's very important that you, as an applicant, and your father or your mother or your brother who happens to take charge of the finances, that person is involved and brought into the office, because that way we'll have a limited crowd and we can spend much more time with you when you visit us. So that's very important that you take care of. And like I said, if you're not planning to travel, you can always contact on the number that is given. And Rohanji, like I said, there are a lot of things to talk about, when it comes to Georgian College. If you ask me personally, also the co-op options that the students hold, the paid internship that they get as an opportunity, then the location and the beauty of the location, the weather, then the quality of education Georgian College gives. This is something which students, keep on sending us as a testimonial and keep on telling us that, they took a right choice while they applied at Georgian for education. And even if it comes to the online classes that they are attending, the approach the college carries for those students is really amazing. So thank you so much for all the support that you have given us and are still giving us during these tough times. And I hope we connect soon face to face like our normal days before COVID. And please take care of yourself and stay safe. Thank you so much. And same for the viewers. Please take care of yourself. And anything to add on, Rohanji? Any last point to add on?
I'm sure for more information, they can connect with my one of the trusted partner, Pyramid Service, and their counselor will be able to give you more update on Georgian. And just stay safe, plan your journey for education abroad. I'm sure when a student is dreaming about education abroad, your dream is permanent, wherein the COVID is temporary. So you don't need to worry, you are with the expert, so they will help you plan better. So stay safe, stay connected, and thank you very much, the Pyramid team, for the session.
Thank you so much.
Pyramid, Visa for a better life.